Albany, Georgia, a city located in southwest Georgia. Located 180 miles south of Atlanta, Georgia, and 90 miles north of Tallahassee, Florida. It is the 12th largest city in Georgia, a city self-proclaimed the Good Life City. However, it is far from that for the forgotten and hidden citizens in Albany, Georgia. They are the detainees in the Dougherty County Jail that are going through the Dougherty County courts. For decades, the Dougherty County courts and the Dougherty County Jail have and are currently violating the civil and constitutional rights of the detainees in the Dougherty County Jail. Through the help of an Atlanta News investigating report, the world recently became aware of Maurice Jemison, a legally innocent detainee that has been in the Dougherty County Jail for 10 years awaiting trial. As astonishing as Maurice Jemison's plight is, this is the norm for the Dougherty County Jail detainees going through the Dougherty County courts. Tremasky L. Franklin Jr. is a detainee in the Dougherty County Jail currently going through the Dougherty County courts. This is his story.
My son Tremasky, he's an outgoing, very intelligent young man. He's never given me any problems from a baby to a young adult. He's never given me any problems. Awesome kid. He's very funny, comical in his own way. If you've ever been around him, then you're guaranteed to have a laugh. He loves people. He loves to help people, and he will literally give you the shirt off his back. I've seen him do it too many times, actually. He's an awesome brother, an awesome father, and an amazing son. We mailed a certified and notarized letter and also hand-delivered the same notarized letter to District Attorney Greg Edwards, Chief Judge Willie Lockett, and the Public Defender's Office, Troy Goldman, letting them know that there are mental health issues at hand involving this case.
The McNaughton Rule is a legal test defining the defense of insanity in criminal due process. Every person is presumed to be sane, but the McNaughton Rule establishes a defense on the ground of insanity. It proves that at the time of the committing of the act, the party accused was laboring under such a defective reason from disease of the mind as not to know the nature and quality of the act he was doing, or if he did know it, that he did not know what he was doing was wrong. This is a legal insanity defense.
During December 2023, two individuals visited my son at the Dougherty County Jail for approximately about 10 minutes. They asked him about 3 to 4 general questions, and then they later told him that they were there to determine if he was competent enough to stand trial.
Vindictive prosecution is when a prosecutor violates a defendant's due process rights by using their decision to prosecute the defendant for purposes of retaliation, spite, or a desire to punish them for asserting their rights.
A trial date was set on January 8, 2024, but on January 3rd, 2024, my son went before Judge Willie Lockett, and it was determined that the state was not ready to try the case.
Ineffective assistance of counsel refers to a situation in which a criminal defendant's legal representation fails to meet the minimum standards of competence and diligence expected from attorneys.
We have diligently and repeatedly been trying to get rid of the public defender assigned to this case. He is yet to do a thorough investigation. He has only seen my son less than an hour throughout this entire ordeal. He is very rude to my son and purposely invasive. He has no defense or initiative in this case.
United States Supreme Court decisions have defined inmates' right of access to the courts, including access in varying degrees to legal assistance from other inmates, trained legal assistants, law libraries, writing materials, mail privileges, and communication with attorneys and courts.
We mailed a motion to dismiss counsel and a 42 U.S.C. 1983 to Tremaski through the United States Postal Service to the Dougherty County Jail, and they were both returned a month later, and my son never saw neither. We really need your help. This is a dire situation for my family. Regardless of what the news and media are perpetuating about this case, it is not like what they're presenting. My son is innocent and being denied his constitutional rights.
In the United States of America, a detainee is legally defined as a citizen who is being temporarily held or detained until they can be tried in a court of law. Most detainees still maintain all of their constitutional rights. These detainees still have a legal right to vote. The policies and actions of the Dougherty County courts and the Dougherty County Jail have for decades and are currently systematically denying the constitutional rights of their detainees. A detainee's reprieve of constitutional violations from entities operating under the color of law is the 42 U.S.C. 1983. Under 42 U.S.C. 1983, a detainee may seek relief when a person acting under color of state law deprives the detainee of rights guaranteed by the United States Constitution or federal laws. Systematically, the Dougherty County courts and the Dougherty County Jail deny its detainees access to 42 U.S.C. 1983. Detainees also have a right to access the courts. The Constitution guarantees detainees a fundamental constitutional right to adequate, effective, and meaningful access to courts to challenge violations of their constitutional rights. Systematically, the Dougherty County courts and the Dougherty County Jail deny its detainees access to court. The Sixth Amendment of the United States Constitution guarantees the right to effective assistance of counsel in criminal prosecution to all citizens. Systematically, the Dougherty County courts and the Dougherty County Jail deny its detainees an opportunity to have effective assistance of counsel. Vindictive prosecution manifests when a prosecutor uses the charging process to violate due process when it penalizes the exercise of constitutional or statutory rights. Systematically, the Dougherty County courts and the Dougherty County Jail provide a gateway for vindictive prosecution against its detainees. Albany, Georgia, Dougherty County, Georgia, is a cesspool of inhumanity, a cesspool of civil and constitutional rights violations against its detainees that is brought about through its courts and its jail. In a Birmingham jail, a Georgia scholar, a humanitarian, a Nobel Peace Prize recipient, a civil rights icon once wrote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Although the media portrays all detainees as being more dangerous than German U-boats used during World War I and World War II, the majority of them are not. The majority of detainees are still legal citizens with all their rights, but all detainees are human. No one can truly understand the plight of the Dougherty County detainees because they are unseen, they are unheard, but they are also human. They need your help right now. Please don't turn a blind eye. I admonish all human rights entities of the world. I admonish all civil rights entities of the world. I admonish Merrick Garland, the United States Attorney General. I admonish Christopher Carr, Attorney General of the state of Georgia. I admonish all the politicians of this nation to fully inquire and investigate what has been and what is currently going on in the Dougherty County courts and the Dougherty County jail, because the Dougherty County jail detainees are human and they need your help right now.